Hi, my name is Chris Sullivan. I'm a master's student at the Scripps Institution of Oceanography, studying fish ecology. So much of my life involves swimming, surfing, scuba diving, and really just swimming as exercise. If I didn't know how to swim, maybe I wouldn't know what I was missing out on, but I think it's affected my life immensely. Swimming is what brought me to the ocean, and that's how I became a marine biologist.
My name is Brian Zaglinski. I'm a graduate student at the Scripps Institution of Oceanography. Early on, I knew I wanted to do marine science. Probably when I was in second grade, I got my first aquarium and just loved it. So my passion for being in the water and in the ocean led me to being on the swim team and playing water polo in high school, and then got scuba certified, I think my freshman year of college. Started diving. For the past 10 years, I've been working for the National Marine Fisheries Service in Hawaii as a scientific diver and research biologist. And a big part of my job is spending time in the water, doing surveys, counting fish, taking pictures of coral, deploying oceanographic instruments. We're going to these remote locations that are 5 days away from anywhere, and so you have to work sometimes in challenging conditions, and you have to rely on your team to get you out of situations. Swimming is a big part of that, and so being a strong swimmer has allowed me to be a successful marine biologist.
There was actually one occurrence when I was out on an expedition out in the middle of nowhere. There's a lot of weather going on. It was real choppy, raining, windy, a lot of currents, and we were diving in a volcanic location, and there was a lot of kind of sediment going into the water, and we couldn't see, and we didn't notice that we were in a really strong current. And so when we came up eventually to the surface, we were really far away from the boat. Because it was so choppy and raining, the boat driver couldn't even see us. And I thoroughly believe if I wasn't a strong swimmer that we would have maybe wrapped around that island and never been seen again. But I was able to keep myself and my dive buddy kind of just in a set position so that the boat driver could eventually see us. I think the swimming possibly saved my life.
I think some of my earliest memories of swimming occurred from swim lessons, actually, and I remember being pretty scared of going away from the wall and going across the pool where I couldn't touch the bottom. And I remember that was a pretty big challenge for me, and it took me all summer to build up the skills to swim across the pool, across the deep end, and then also jump off the high dive. And I think just having the encouragement of the swim instructor, getting the self-confidence and being comfortable in the water, I was able to do that.
The biggest thing for me when I was younger and learning was the idea that you can't really see underwater unless, of course, you have goggles or a mask. And I just remember that kind of being the big issue, is knowing that as soon as I was under the water, I couldn't see. It was mainly just in my head getting over that, knowing, well, maybe you don't really need to see underwater necessarily. With swimming, I feel like you got to keep doing it, and it's the experience of it, and eventually you're going to get more comfortable. Just keeping it in the back of your mind that, okay, I can do this. So many people before me have done this. I know I can do this.
Lesson 1, comfort in floating. The most important thing when learning to swim is to be comfortable in the water. Staying calm and being comfortable allows your mind to take on challenges in the water. This also keeps your heart rate down, which allows your body to work more efficiently. The best way to get comfortable is to spend as much time in the water as possible. Start in the shallow end of the pool where you can stand. Grab the wall of the pool and slowly dunk your face into the water. Try to avoid using your hands to plug your nose. You won't be able to do this when you're actually swimming, so it's best you get comfortable now. Just before dunking below the surface, close your eyes and take a deep breath. As you submerge, slowly blow bubbles out of your nose and mouth. Blowing bubbles keeps water out and teaches you to stay calm. Continue to blow bubbles until you come back above the surface. Do this several times. Continue this for a few minutes until you are comfortable with your face underwater. When comfortable, you can stay holding the wall or step away and stand in the shallow end. This time, slowly bend your knees and lower your entire head under the surface of the water. Again, take a deep breath and close your eyes. Then, slowly blow bubbles out of your nose and mouth. Try to submerge your head completely underwater, then stand straight up. Repeat this several times until you are comfortable. If you want to take the next step, try opening your eyes briefly once your head is submerged. You will be able to faintly see what's around you. Practice these motions until you are comfortable being underwater. Once you are comfortable being underwater, the next step in learning how to swim is being comfortable floating.